Welcome back into Ryan Jacobson Weather. Hope your day's off to a great start. Let's get right into the forecast for today. And as you can see, we still have this low pressure right now lingering across the mid-Atlantic. That's bringing some scattered showers and even a couple of scattered snow showers to the north here, going into the northern New England region today, going into this evening. We also have a small atmospheric river impacting portions of Oregon, going to Washington, as well as northern California. That's bringing some steady rainfall, even a little bit of snowfall to the higher elevations as well. So let's hop right into the forecast for today. So this is the current setup right now, and as you can see, we have this weak low pressure system situated over Kentucky. This is bringing some scattered rain showers and even some scattered snow showers to a large area of the eastern U.S. This is going to continue to kind of go to the east today, but eventually go to the northeast. It's kind of going to climb up along the coast. It's going to intensify a little bit going into this afternoon and evening as that precipitation shield will get a little bit stronger with it, as some areas could see some rain and even possibly a little bit of snow here up here going into the Catskills in New York, as well as into the Berkshires going into the New England region. This low pressure is going to kind of just dance around the coast here. This is going to tomorrow afternoon, and it looks like it's finally going to get off the coast and get out of the U.S. here on Monday, but we'll stick around here for a couple more days. This is going into Monday afternoon, and you can see we already have our next storm, actually. 995 millibar low pressure system dropping down from Canada, bringing that cooler air behind it. There is a little bit of a severe weather threat going into Monday. We actually do have a slight risk for severe weather on Monday, and that's going to be right in this corridor, right in here. Thunderstorms are supposed to fire off Monday afternoon. Could bring an isolated damaging wind risk, could maybe an isolated tornado or two, so we'll be watching that one closely as well. You can see these storms continue to the east, and then behind it, you're going to have that cooler blast of just, colder air. It's going to feel pretty chilly, especially for the middle of April. Could even be some scattered snow showers on the backside. And then the European over the last 24 hours is showing another blast of cold air as we go towards Easter weekend here. Again, it's too far out, take it with a grain of salt as we're still 8 days out, but it is interesting. It just looks like it may stay colder here across the eastern U.S. here for, the next week or so in April, bringing some chillier weather and even maybe possibly a little bit of snow to some of the higher elevations out in the northeast and the New England region. So as you can see, there is a slight risk for severe weather. This is the day 4 outlook, and there is a small 15% slight risk. This includes Columbus, Ohio, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Louisville, and Lexington, Fayette, Kentucky. Again, we'll be watching this one closely. I don't think it's going to be a major severe weather outbreak or anything like that. But there is a possibility for maybe a spin tornado or two, as well as some damaging winds, maybe even a little bit of large hail. So I'll keep you updated on that. Let me show you the temperatures real quick. And basically the story for the temperatures this next 10 days or so, it's going to be cold in the east and really, really warm in the west. You can see we already have temperatures super warm right now across portions of Southern California, going to western and southern Arizona as well. We're looking at highs almost up to 100 degrees, so it's already very hot in these places. And that's just going to continue here. It's going to be very nice, really warm weather here. This is going into Saturday afternoon. This is going to Sunday afternoon. And as you can see, kind of just got that cooler air in the east, warmer air to the west. Here's that shot of, that next shot of cooler air coming in on Tuesday. But you can still see the going out west. It's still going to be warm here. This is highs Wednesday afternoon. And look at this. Let me go back for you. This is highs on Thursday. Places in Texas here up to maybe 100 degrees in middle of April. You do not see that too often. That is pretty crazy. Well, it looks like all of the state of Texas is at least going to get above 80. So pretty insane to see that for the middle of April. Here's that cooler blast of cold air, but you still got that warm air, to the west here, and that's just going to stay in place. It's going to be very nice across portions of South Dakota and North Dakota this upcoming week as well. Very warm, very quiet weather is expected, and this is all the way through April 23rd here, so you can kind of just get the idea of warm air in the central U.S. and out west with cool air just kind of sticking around, just sticking around out east. and we'll see how much that continues as we go towards May. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature probability outlook, and as you can see, the SPC Center is highlighting exactly what I'm saying here. Very warm air out to the west here, cooler air out to the east. You kind of got that split right across the middle of the country here. So if you're in the eastern U.S., you're going to be expecting below average temperatures in the 6 to 10 day outlook. To the west, you're going to be expecting warm temperatures. And it could get pretty hot on either end of the spectrum here. It could get pretty warm and toasty across portions of Nevada, going into Utah, as well as Idaho and Oregon. And then out here in the east, it can get pretty chilly for this time of year, especially in upstate New York, going into Pennsylvania and around the I-95 corridor as well. So we'll keep updating you that every day on temperatures expected over this next week or so. Let me lastly show you the expected precipitation and snowfall expected over these next couple of days. This is the total precip expected. This is going into Saturday here. And you can see that low pressure can just be dancing around the coast. Could bring up to another inch of precipitation, I would say, across the I-95 corridor and places right on the coast. This is going into Tuesday here. Again, pretty quiet, just weather-wise. It's going to be very quiet. Obviously, we're going to see some drastic temperature swings, but other than that, no really major storms or major severe weather is expected over this next week. This is going to Thursday, the 18th, and now we're in Saturday, the 19th. This is all the way up to Easter Sunday here. So you can see a lot of places in the country are going to see rain over these next 10 days or so, but it's going to be pretty light. No major storm systems are expected. May see a little bit of above average precipitation out east, but again, nothing major is expected from that. And here's the total snowfall expected over the next 10 days or so. And I don't think Old Man Winter's done yet. I think he maybe has one final blow in him for this winter season. You can see there may be some, an inch or two of snow here across Pennsylvania going into eastern New York, as well as western Massachusetts and southern Vermont and New Hampshire, maybe even a little bit of northern Connecticut, especially the Berkshires, high elevations, and the Catskills. Again, could be an inch or two possible again tonight there in those areas. But this is going into Monday here. And as you can see, we're going to have a little bit of snowfall associated with this first, kind of cold front moving through, a little bit of lake effect. And then maybe a little bit more, a little bit heavier if that second, shot of cold air actually develops here. It's putting out still, 20 inches of snow in the UP Michigan. I'm definitely not buying that yet, but could still be a little bit of snow left in this season, as it's not uncommon to see snow here in the middle of April, as we could see maybe a little bit of a surprise here as we have that cooler air in place. If the system develops and kind of rides up along that cold air, may see a little bit of snowfall here as we go through the end of April. I thank you guys all for stopping by. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Can you just keep checking back for daily updates on the weather ahead? I don't know if I'm going to have a video out tomorrow. I'm very busy, so if I don't, I will definitely have a video out on Sunday. Again, the weather obviously looks pretty quiet here these next 7 days or so. But overall, thank you for stopping by. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.